Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. This is part 2. We're going to do a little extra on the little native that we got. Again, it's just still breaking in, and I wanted to put the CME on, and I wanted to see if we could possibly polish this. We have to take this off and we'll try it underneath because I don't want to ruin it. I want it at least to look as nice as it does here, but we're going to give it a try. So got some of my stuff out here ready to do my stuff, so I'm going to put the oils and the screwdrivers and stuff off to the side so they don't knock anything over. Move that all out of the way. Got some Q-tips for when we need to clean up. We'll put that over here. We got the flits, and we got to do a little disassembly. Here's the glue, and here's the CME. So let's go ahead and keep that over there. We'll put this off to the side and do the glue over there. So before we plug that in, we'll have to take this off. So I believe this is a T8 on his one, so yeah. So put the screw over there. Just gonna keep the screw and that together. So let's plug this guy in. Move this over here, Move the tool over there. That way. At least keep things organized, right? Or try to. I don't want to knocking everything over here, so starting off with that, I will probably start off with the little guy here. Alright, so typically I use a little bit of flits. So I like to try to work that in so it doesn't fly everywhere. So, this is an experiment. Hopefully it goes well. Don't know if that's going to work like I want it to. You can still see the pattern. Just don't know if it's enough of the pattern that I want to continue this. That's why I did the underside first. Yeah, you definitely lose the etching that they did with the acid, probably. Which is kind of a bummer. I guess this was done more with acid than the Timascus. I was hoping it brought out the colors just a little bit more. So, what we can do is a very, very light buff. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. I mean, it's not as dark as it was before, but to me, I think it complements it a little bit more. It's got a little polish to it, but not too much, right? Yeah, personally, I like that a little bit more. I'm probably going to regret this, but yeah, I like that a lot more. I really do. I think that looks pretty good. So, next thing we're going to do is put the CME on. So I'm going to put this away for now. Don't think I need this anymore for this project. Flitz is pretty good if you haven't used that before. Especially, oh, no, I completely forgot. What an idiot. Yeah, got to do that. Now, this is my next big thing now. This is the one that takes a little bit of time and care. This is so small, I gotta be careful. This one will be a challenge to polish. Yeah, I gotta work this one a little bit because it's got some, it's just not the smoothest stuff over here. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. And with our more polished Ghost Timascus, you can still see the layers, but it's just a little more polished, which to me is just enough. And here, that's too much. It's a good reason to start on the inside to test that, to see if I like it or not. I'll leave this a little rough because that's a good place to have contact for stability and traction. All right, now we're done. Which I kind of felt like, I thought there was something else I needed to do, and sure enough, it was the CME. Now I'm going to clean my hands. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to at least wipe my hands off. I tend to ruin one of these cloths when I do this. Get so much of the flits on there. All right, so next step is typically, well, what I need to do first is put my flits away, my tools away, make sure that this is clean. It might help to have the pin back on there, right? Yeah, I think I like that better. There's prettier. Now we need to clean this up. So, got a little bit of Windex here. Shooting it all over the place, aren't I? We'll do the alcohol in a second. I'm just going to get the first layer of work stuff that I did. You can see there's a lot on there. So I just want to make sure I get this stuff off. That's going to give it a better adhesion. This is when I'm okay using these because this was expensive. So I'm not going to be cheap when it comes to these guys. This was like almost $100. So you might as well invest in it. Make sure it's applied on and gets on there right, where your contact points are. All right, I think I got that pretty cleaned up. I think we're almost ready for our next step. What did I use last time? I used this for one thing. Usually had some other weight, probably the sharpener. Should see what the blade angle is just while we're here. Love Spyderco sharpness. That's ridiculous. All right. Where do we want this to be applied? It's probably pretty centered right here like this. Trying to see if there's make any contact behind there. I don't think it is, so I think we're okay. Because once you use this jewelry glue, the stuff is amazing, but it sticks. I mean, you got to make sure you get it in there. So there's the alcohol. We're going to prep the place, make sure it's nice and ready. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I have noticed typically when they don't stick at first and when I scrape it off I leave little scratch marks, it always sticks better. So I'm going to go ahead and just scratch it a little bit. Don't know if that's necessary, may not be, maybe completely unnecessary. This CME is so small compared to the Shaman. It's ridiculous. I already have a bottle here that's been open, and I don't know if I can reuse it. So we're going to try. See if I can do that. The way this works, we're going to put it on there. All right, so the way it works, we're going to put this on here. I'm going to slide that across. But I have to apply the glue right here. So we'll see if that glue still has some good properties in it, or if it's, you know, sometimes glue ages, I've been told. It doesn't stick as well once it oxidizes, if you will. And if it's been exposed to too much air, it's not going to stick as well as it did. So we will see. So to kind of recap what we did here, it's a pretty extensive little effort. I'll probably fast forward through a lot of this, but I polished the Ghost Timascus clip just slightly. I did an experiment on the inside to see how much I could do. Knew that a little too much would take a lot of it away. You could still see it, but it just wouldn't stand out. I did enough where it wasn't as dull and gray that it kind of contrasted with the scales that are really beautiful. Just have a little bit of polish, but you can still see it enough that it's not a distraction to the rest of the knife, but it's still a nice touch. Then I polished the CME, and that took a little bit of time. You can get your hands dirty. You got to be careful, take your time. Made sure you clean everything off after that. Use the alcohol, clean off the little area, clean off the back of it. I tend to scratch where I'm going to apply it just a little bit because I feel like the little etching might give better bonding for some of the glue. And then I applied the jeweler's glue, which is, I believe, is it this one? Yeah, this one right here. This one I don't think was opened yet. No, it's not been opened. This is my backup glue. This other one doesn't give a good contact. And it's jewelry and metal glue. This is what he sends now. And he sends the good stuff because you pay more for this, CME. I mean, come on. You know, it's not cheap, and that's a smart move. Smart move on his part. Makes, you know, easier application, stronger application. You want it to stick. So I appreciate that very, very much. And anyways, anytime you order stuff from him, you always get a little candy. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know that. Very, very cool. I do like this a lot. So that's kind of there, just to make sure there's a little room in between and it's not attached to it. So like with my Shaman, when I attached it, I had enough glue around to make sure it's really sealed in there well. And so now it's on there very solidly. It's really close, but it's works really, really well on there. So I like that. But you got to give it some time to dry, because that's what we're going to do. Excuse me. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to allow it to dry. But I think we can at least maybe look at it a little bit. Why don't we do that? So here we have the Timascus, the Ghost Timascus clip. Notice it's polished, but it's still there. It's still etched. And you can still see the lines on the side here. And I think that's really cool. It's enough that it kind of complements the design, but it doesn't overstate one or the other. It's more than just a clip. Now, I don't know. We'll see if I feel like it's worth the significantly extra money that this cost. I hope it is. I hope it is. Maybe I should have gone for true Timascus, but I wanted to kind of have the same theme here. Love to get a Damas steel blade from these guys at some point, but you know, no, we'll be patient. So now we're just going to make sure this glue here sticks. I put a little glue in the gap in here. I have noticed that sometimes that can allow it to stick a little better. What I may do after all is said and done, I may disassemble it. I may look to see if there's any cracks in there. So I try to look in here and see if there's any gap that I see, any light that gets through underneath the CME to the steel. I want to make sure there's a really good solid contact point in there. Okay. So if you wanted to see what this looks like, I don't know if I don't want to risk this, but let me see if I can do this without. Let's move everything off to the side here. So here's the knife in all its glory and beauty on the front side. We've already seen this in the part 1, but part 2 is where we come in, and hopefully you can see a little more polish to the Timascus clip, which I think is kind of nice. And you can see the CME now coming in here. I think that's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's do a little zoom in. We'll look at that Timascus clip there. And you can see the layers on the side. So it's not just coloring on top. It's all the way through. It's just, you go through an acid bath to show this, and then to get the color, you do a heat treat. And this looks like all it had, sort of like Dama steel or Damascus steel. Looks like it wasn't really, well, I'm assuming it's an acid bath. I could be completely wrong. I could be a complete moron here, and this could only be done with heat treat alone. But I assume, like steel, there's some sort of acid involved, at least for this part. But I could be wrong. So if you guys know how Ghost Damascus steel is done, let me know in the comments, because I could be completely wrong, and I need to learn. But I like this. I like this. I like it's a little more subtle. Still has its beauty there. Still know it's there. And then you have the beautiful blade right there. And then we can take it over here. I just don't want to touch the CME because I want it to dry. And we have 20 CPM 20 CV. Beautiful scale. You can see that with the clip here. And this is such a nice clip. So thin. Works really well. Then we can look at the top of it right here with the CME. Of course, it's like a baby shaman with a big shaman, right? Then we can flip it around over here. And then we can see that. And we might zoom in a little bit so you can kind of get it up close up here. Like that. I think that's kind of cool. Definitely cool. Both Rips Garage Technology, RGT. This is the Lynch clip. I didn't want to go for the Lynch clip Spyderco clip on this one. I wanted to try this and see if it would work. I do like my Lynch clips. The Lynch clips are great. They're absolutely great. And it would have worked beautifully on here. Matter of fact, they have a little stubby one. It might have been, well, it is a wire clip, so I need to get the wire clip one. Wire clip is about the same size. So there you go. Then we take a look at standing up. You can definitely see the similarities there. Definitely see how much smaller that CME is than that one. So CME stands for compression made easy, if you didn't know. This is a compression lock. Vosteed calls it a top liner lock. They can't really call it a compression lock because that's a Spyderco term, but Spyderco's patent ran out, and so people can start doing it. You just have to call it something else, right? There's not a standard name like with the crossbar lock. We call it crossbar lock. Benjamin called it axis lock. TRM calls it the river lock. Let's see here. What is it? Hogue calls it the able lock. You know, there's different names for it out there. So there you go. That is the knife. I'm going to close this one, get this one out of the way. And we're going to let this dry overnight and let it just sit like this. But I think I think that is just stunning. What do you think? Let's see if we can get a good, nice shot of this. What do you think? Any thoughts on that? I love it. I love it. I think it's going to be fun. A fun little knife to carry. Definitely a little beaut. So a little powerful pocket knife. You know, it's just really, really nice aesthetic. So, anyways, there you go. And that is the Spyderco Lil Native with RGT. Well, it's an exclusive KnifeJoy Spyderco Lil Native in CPM 20CV. Rip's Garage Technology scales for the Lil Native, and the Ghost Timascus clip from Rip's Garage Technology, and OCD for EDC CME. Very cool. I'm gonna like this knife. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button down below? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel. It allows the channel to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys out there who watch the videos, who like the videos, who subscribe. I sure appreciate you guys. I really mean that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this video. Also, to all my subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. You guys are amazing. I genuinely appreciate you guys, especially those who joined when the channel first started. Thank you. Those who joined as we moved along, I'm just humbled by every one of you. And then those who joined recently, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys so very much. You have no idea. You allow me to do a lot of things that I didn't think I could do in this channel. Try out different things, have contacts, mod some knives, do things, do giveaways. I'm able to do the giveaways. At least at most part, covers most of the giveaway, and you know, a good part of the shipping. Not all of it. I still do this because I love it, and it still comes out of my pocket because you know I enjoy this channel. It's not, I don't make a whole lot of money doing this, but I appreciate you guys, and it's a lot of fun. I do this for the hobby because I enjoy it. I'd always hope one day that, you know, thanks to you guys, that it could help sustain itself and sustain the things that I do, the reviews and lives I get to look at, to hopefully help you guys out. So all that's to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And as a small way for me to say thank you, I do a once a month giveaway for all the channel members, exclusive. Usually it's a very nice knife. Just my way to say thank you. It's not a budget knife typically. So that is something I do to say thank you. And then also every member who became a brand new member, I do try to give you a sticker. So if you became a brand new member recently and you haven't emailed me yet, email me with your name and address and I'll send you a sticker. A channel members, a sticker for the channel, just as a way for me to say thank you. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys. There's different tiers, by the way. If you're interested in being a member, check out the description down below. I have 3 different tiers. It's up to you guys if you want to become a member. You don't feel like you have to be. I appreciate you just being part of the channel, just watching, commenting, being on the live streams. I really do love that, so thank you. But if you do want to partner up, I would love to have you. Just know that I'd be grateful. Well, with all that being said, have you checked me out on Instagram yet? If not, would you please, on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week.